Hey everyone! Welcome to the Bold and Beautiful 24. I'm Alessio, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Liam celebrates tumor-free brain scan. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, July 18th, brings a moment of hope and joy for Liam Spencer as he receives life-changing news. After everything he's been through, Liam finally got to celebrate a tumor-free brain scan, although not everyone in the room could fully relax. John Finnegan, in particular, seemed unable to shake a nagging unease. Inside Liam's room at the Spencer mansion, a nurse tended to him with quiet efficiency. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer hovered close, urging his son to rest and keep his focus on getting better. Bill's protectiveness was in full force, his concern etched into every word and glance. After a few moments, Bill stepped out into the hallway. Liam had visitors, and Bill wanted to prep them before they saw him. Finn had arrived, along with Hope Logan and Bridget Forrester. Bill greeted them and tried to field their questions as best he could before guiding them toward Liam's room. The nurse allowed Finn to check Liam's vitals and recent numbers, and Finn couldn't hide his amazement. Just a few hours post-surgery, Liam was showing remarkable signs of recovery. Bill offered a quick recap, explaining how Dr. Grace Buckingham had handled the situation. He also mentioned the other physician Grace brought in from overseas, though he admitted he couldn't recall the doctor's name. Due to the procedure's highly experimental nature, Bill explained, they couldn't do it at the hospital. Despite the unorthodox setup, Bill remained confident. He described the experience as thoroughly professional and expressed optimism that the tumor had been completely removed. Throughout the conversation, Finn kept trying to gather more information about the procedure itself, clearly curious and maybe even concerned. But Bill brushed off the details, repeating that what mattered was giving Liam a fighting chance. Inside the room, Liam began to stir. Seeing both Hope and Steffi at his side brought a soft smile to his face, even if he was still a bit groggy. At first, he seemed unsure of where he was, but gentle reminders helped him recall the surgery and that he was now recovering in the comfort of his father's home. Elsewhere in Los Angeles, the reactions to Liam's condition were just as emotional. At Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan walked in on Taylor Hayes hugging Bridget Forrester. The trio quickly found themselves discussing the Luna situation and the heroic actions Liam had taken. But joy was tempered by heartbreak. They all still believed Liam was terminally ill. As far as they knew, the tumor was inoperable and his time was limited. Brooke and Taylor considered postponing the upcoming Italy trip out of respect for the situation, but Ridge felt they should move forward with their plans unless Liam's condition worsened. In the design office, Katie Logan sat with Electra Forrester and young Will Spencer. They also talked about Liam's bravery. But the mood shifted when Will brought up the fact that his big brother might not make it. It was hard for him to accept, and he grew emotional. Will clung to the hope that they could still find a way to save Liam. Katie pulled him into a comforting hug, trying to be strong for both of them. Back at the Spencer estate, Bill's phone buzzed with a text from Grace Buckingham. She had sent the results of Liam's MRI. Bill read the message and shared the news with Liam, Finn, Hope, and Steffi. The scan was clean. The tumor had been completely removed, and the margins looked good. Everyone reacted with joy and relief. Even Finn, the most skeptical of the group, couldn't help but acknowledge that they might be witnessing something historic. But as the others celebrated with smiles and hugs, Finn's expression darkened ever so slightly. Something still wasn't sitting right with him. While Liam, Bill, Hope, and Steffi clung to the miracle, Finn quietly wrestled with the unanswered questions. Grace's plan unravels as Finn plays detective. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, July 21st, reveal that a glaring flaw is about to emerge in Grace Buckingham's elaborate plot. John Finnegan will start connecting the dots, and what he uncovers could be explosive. Not long ago, Bill Spencer received the MRI results from Grace Buckingham. According to the report she sent, Liam Spencer's brain tumor was completely gone. 100% removed. Naturally, that sparked celebration and relief across the board as Friday's episode came to a close. But amid all the joy, Finn couldn't shake the nagging feeling that something wasn't right. His face said it all. Even in a room full of hopeful smiles and tearful gratitude, Finn stood there quietly, lost in thought. Something about this just didn't add up. And now, it seems Finn isn't going to let it slide. Unlike Bill, who's simply thankful his son survived and prefers not to poke holes in the story, Finn is a doctor. And doctors ask questions, especially when the situation veers into experimental territory. This surgery wasn't approved by any board, wasn't performed in a hospital, and involved a surgeon whose name no one can quite remember. To Finn, that's not just suspicious, it's unacceptable. So on Monday's episode, Finn will slip into detective mode. He'll start looking into every detail of the procedure, trying to figure out who exactly was in charge and what really happened. Bill had mentioned Grace and another doctor running the show, but that only raises more questions for Finn. Why is this mystery doctor's identity so elusive? And why hasn't Grace provided full documentation? That's when Grace starts to feel the pressure. There's a glaring hole in her scheme, and it's about to be exposed. If Grace had been more careful, if she had urged Bill to keep her involvement quiet, things might have played out differently. In fact, Bill likely would have protected her name out of sheer gratitude. But Grace got sloppy. She was too eager to secure Bill's $1 million, and in her rush, she made mistakes. Now those mistakes are coming back to haunt her. As Finn digs deeper, he starts asking Grace the kind of questions she can't easily answer. Where's the surgical documentation? Who exactly assisted? Why hasn't she followed up on Liam's case herself? With every question, Grace becomes more flustered. Her calm, collected exterior starts to crack. That alone is enough to raise even more red flags. Finn might not stop there, either. He could easily reach out to Bridget Forrester for a second opinion, especially since she already helped evaluate Liam before. With Bridget's medical expertise and Finn's growing suspicion, the two of them may put the pieces together sooner than Grace ever expected. It's starting to look like Grace didn't just perform an unauthorized procedure. She may have orchestrated the entire thing. If this theory proves true, Grace could have fabricated Liam's tumor from the beginning, using faked test results, manipulation, and medical sleight of hand to convince everyone he was dying. All to scam Bill out of $1 million. If she pulls this off, she walks away debt-free and clear of the financial mess she was in. But the cost might be higher than she imagined. Her entire medical career could go up in flames. And if the truth comes out, she may be facing criminal charges. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Finn won't rest until he uncovers the real story. This week, he'll prove just how determined he is to protect his patients and expose anyone who's putting their lives at risk.